You know how some women collect shoes or handbags? Well, I collect retro campers, mentally. Because unfortunately, I don't have a garage the size of a football field. But if I did, oh honey, I'd be backing in a 1956 Pontiac Chieftain Camper faster than you can say funeral glam. Yes, funeral. It's literally based on a hearse. That's right, the only RV that says, "Let's go glamping," and maybe haunt a campground. Next up, let's talk about the 1956 Spartan Royal Manor, a vintage trailer that looks like it was yanked straight off a 1950s jet runway. It's bold, it's shiny, and if James Dean owned a trailer, this would be it. I mean, who knew polished aluminum could be this sexy? And finally, we have the 1950 Westcraft Calypso, a trailer that whispers, "I'm old, but still got it," and then casually pulls out a hidden tech surprise like it's no big deal. Hidden pop-up bar? Secret sound system? Heated flooring? I won't spoil it, but let's just say she's got more tricks than your ex at a Vegas magic show. Honestly, these campers aren't just vehicles. They're rolling time machines with attitude, and they make modern RVs look like plastic toasters on wheels. So buckle up, or throw on a vintage scarf and ride with the windows down, because I'm diving into 3 of the most glorious retro campers to ever grace a back road. What do you get when a 1950s ambulance, a trailer, and a spaceship walk into a bar? That's right! This 1956 Pontiac Chieftain Camper. And yes, it's real. Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you about the time I almost bought a 1956 Pontiac Chieftain Camper and accidentally bid against myself because I was too excited. I was sitting in my garage, surrounded by half-empty coffee cups and a weird amount of carburetor parts, when this magnificent aluminum brick popped up on my screen. My neighbor Greg, who still thinks his 2002 PT Cruiser is vintage, looked over my shoulder and said, "Is that a space shuttle or a car?" I said, "Greg, it's both. Respect it." Now let's talk about the beast, the 1956 Pontiac Chieftain Aluminum Camper. Built during the golden age of fins, rock and roll, and cigarette ads that claimed doctors recommended your favorite brand. Under the hood, you'll find a 317 cubic inch 5.2-liter V8 that originally came in 2 flavors, 205 horsepower with a 2-barrel carb or 227 horsepower with a 4-barrel. I think if this engine could talk, it would mumble something about Eisenhower and then cough up a piston. Sadly, this particular Chieftain has been sitting longer than my buddy Dave's Tinder profile. The engine turns, but doesn't run. Yet. If you know your way around a wrench and a carb rebuild kit, you've got potential gold on wheels. What makes this Chieftain a unicorn in a field of boring campers? The all-aluminum camper shell, professionally built, we believe, by Superior Coach. Yes, the same folks who made hearses, ambulances, and stretch limos. So technically, this might be the only RV you can live in and be buried in. Efficient. It's got motorized butterfly doors, louvered windows all around, and the kind of raised roofline that screams, "I was an ambulance in a past life." The interior's a time capsule of wood paneling, storage cubbies, and upholstery that smells like Nixon's first term. I liked the most how the overall structure has held up. No major rust holes, just surface rust on the nose and faded paint like your uncle's tattoos. Inside, she's cluttered but solid. Needs new upholstery, a headliner, and probably a fire extinguisher, because you know you're gonna cook something flammable at some point. The dash and panels look decent. And I believe, with some elbow grease and questionable language, this could become a roadworthy conversation piece. The seller's asking $6,700, about 6,200 euros, and it's located in Eugene, Oregon. Clean title, which is more than I can say for most of my past relationships. If you've got the cash and the courage, this rolling relic could be yours. How do you make a 1950s trailer worth nearly $100,000? Easy. You rebuild it so well, even a Beverly Hills housewife would ask for the tour. Ladies and gentlemen, I once had a neighbor named Stan. Stan thought he was fancy because he bought a goldfish and named it Caviar. But let me tell you, this trailer makes Stan look like he's camping in a cardboard box behind a Walmart. Meet the 1956 Spartan Royal Manor, a 32-foot, 9.75 meters rolling monument to taste, luxury, and possibly the only trailer I'd wear pants to tour. Now let's talk trailer. The Spartan Royal Manor is like if a jetliner had a baby with a 5-star hotel. And this one, restored by Wheelhouse Mobile out of Lockhart, Texas, has been fully modernized while keeping just enough original charm to make trailer purists nod in approval. And by just enough, I mean the bathroom vanity mirror. That's it. The rest? Gone. Replaced. Upgraded like it's 2099. On the outside, it's still wrapped in glorious polished aluminum. The kind of shine that makes passing birds check their feathers. Underneath, the chassis has been weatherproofed so thoroughly, I think it could outlive your retirement savings. Inside, my jaw drops so fast I think it's spraying something. The kitchen? Custom Texas pecan wood countertops. A Kraus stainless steel sink so fancy, I was afraid to put my elbows near it. A 2-burner propane stove and a minty retro fridge that made me want to grow a mustache and start a jazz band. The bathroom is basically a spa squeezed into a trailer. Composting toilet, which means it's eco-conscious and nose-friendly. Stainless steel everything. Dual 12-volt exhaust fans, and a pocket door that slides smoother than my best pickup line on date night. The electrical system is ready for both 110 volts and 220 volts shore power, with solar-ready wiring if you want to go green and off-grid. And the light switches? Push-pull, baby, with mother-of-pearl inlays. Water? You can hook up to city water with a garden hose or use the 60-gallon, 227-liter onboard tank with a pump that sounds like it belongs in a submarine. Sleeping arrangements? Queen bed in the back. Dinette converts to a bed up front. Room for 4 if you're cozy, 2 if you value your personal space and sanity. The bed even lifts on a hydraulic system to reveal 3 storage compartments. Perfect for hiding snacks, tools, or your friend Mike, who still thinks roughing it means no Wi-Fi. And the price? Well, bidding was at $99,000 USD, 91,000 euros last I checked, and the reserve hadn't even been met. But let's be honest, this is not a trailer, it's a rolling art installation with plumbing. What happens when a man pours 11 years of his life and over $600,000 into a 1950 Westcraft Capistrano Calypso trailer? Well, you get a rolling masterpiece so shiny and luxurious, it makes my neighbor's new Tesla look like a wheelbarrow. This isn't just a camper. It's a mid-century mansion on wheels that screams, I camp, but only if my sheets have a thread count of 1,000. You've got original birch paneling, well, 50% of it. The rest had a glow-up. Stainless steel countertops that would make Gordon Ramsay shed a tear, and a Pullman roof with 7 windows per side. That's 14 more windows than my buddy Dave's apartment, and he pays rent. Inside, it's got 2 bedrooms, a full dining area, a bathroom that could host a yoga class, and yes, a Dixie Permaview stove restored to its former glory. But don't let the vintage vibe fool you. This baby is stuffed with hidden tech. I'm talking NAD audio systems in separate zones, flat screens in every room, because you obviously can't miss The Bachelor while boiling pasta, Bose soundbars, and enough USB ports to charge a small country. I liked the most how they snuck in climate control, a custom AC and heating system, plus a full water filtration setup. It's basically a spa retreat disguised as a camper. And did I mention that the lights are authentic vintage bulbs? That's dedication. Or possibly madness. Either way, I respect it. To wrap it up, the Calypso is what happens when restoration becomes obsession, and obsession becomes a mobile museum. Want it? You better bring your checkbook and your best poker face. And hey, if you do end up buying it, can I come along? I make excellent coffee and mediocre conversation. Now, let's talk numbers. And oh boy, these are not for the faint of heart. This 33-foot, 10-meter trailer is listed for $975,000 USD, or about 900,000 euros, give or take a few espresso machines. And no, that's not a typo. For that kind of cash, I'd expect it to come with a barista, a therapist, and a small plot of land in Italy. But after seeing what's inside, I have to admit, I get it.